Hey folks, so here's my Zettelkasten, just to give you an idea about how I've applied the basic principles. So the first element of it all is a cue card. So you'll see that this cue card has a title to summarize what the card is about. So in this case, it says solitude means no input from other minds. That's there, the title. Just below that, I've got the date of this card. That's 24th of November 2022. And in red on the top column and the top left side of the card is a card number. So I can index the card. It's not really important right now, but just explaining it. So if we go to the back of the card, here's an elaboration of the title. So it says, we don't need to go on a retreat to find solitude. We just need to get off social media, news, etc. And my little addendum is, ideally, don't read YouTube, etc. Don't read, don't YouTube, etc. And these are my addictions. And this idea was given by Cal Newport, and I came across it on the Rich Roll podcast. So this is the first element of my Zettelkasten. But one of the ways the Zettelkasten really comes alive is that all of these cue cards start falling into categories. So for example, you'll see I've got simplify here. I've got the meaning of life. You can't see that. A system, systems and life, metaphysics, communications, and exchange. Sorry, I'm doing this with just one hand. I want to keep this behind the scenes informal. Anyway, so we have these categories, and the beauty of this is that we didn't come up with the categories in advance. So it wasn't a top-down system. It was a bottom-up system. So I came up with little cue cards that had ideas, disparate ideas. So they weren't all clumped together in the beginning. Each cue card has one idea. And those ideas, I intuitively began to see connection between those ideas. And then I started creating categories. So as I said, simplify is one category. And there's numbering on each cue card so that I can keep track of them. But that's not really important. So the first beauty of the cue cards is that they work bottom up. The second beauty of the cue cards comes from connecting them. So connecting these independent ideas. So I've laid them out in a grid, so it's easier to understand. So for example, in section 3, meaning of life, I've got a cue card saying happiness. Why is this not? Come on, man. Happiness needs stress, but at the right dose. So that's 24th of November 2022. Interesting idea. Do any other cue cards connect to this? Well, I came across this. To be overwhelmed, capture and record your responsibilities. So write stress to capture, and how do you beat overwhelm? There's some connection there. And so at the bottom, I would use this number 3.0 and connect that here and say connecting 3.0. So then when I'm reviewing this card, 1.3, I go from 1.3 to 3.0, and I'll do the same. And this is 1.3, and so I would take this number and put it here. So the cards are connected. And that's a beautiful thing, because now you are beginning to connect ideas that aren't necessarily in the same bucket. For instance, 1.3 is in the category of simplifying life, whereas 3.0 is in the category of finding meaning or happiness in life. And so you can imagine that when you have a grid like this and you have dozens or even hundreds of these cue cards, it helps you make connections that you wouldn't have otherwise made. or you wouldn't have otherwise made. So instead of being in separate silos, you now have this complex web of interweaving ideas that come alive. And that is the beauty of the Zettelkasten. Many students would use it to come up with, higher level, maybe at the PhD level, to come up with new ideas. I'm going to use it to come up with new essays for my blog and videos for my vlog and so on. But yes, that's my Zettelkasten. Bye for now.